I appreciate what RuPaul always says, that if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love somebody else? But the other side of that, too, is that in order to love anyone, you have to learn what it is to be truly loved. Because if you don't know what that feeling is, then it's hard to give it to yourself. Hi, I'm Jacq.
That's really cute.
Jacq is hi. Oh, stupid.
Stupid indeed.
My name is Jacq. I think, first and foremost, I'm a jackass. And I enjoy being a jackass. My brother and I are a lot alike in that sense. I mean, I'm feeling more and more like an entertainer. And at home, I get to be like, I see how there's a separation between the person you kind of put on, you know, the mask, and the one that you are at home. And I'm kind of enjoying that, like not trying to mix the two so much. So, yeah, I kind of feel like, you know, my mom's always told me, dad always told me, but mom really always told me that I was meant for, like, to go use my mouth somehow. And not in a whore way, you know.
I totally feel you, because I feel like...
I'm married to Riley. Rai. 7.5 years. Well, we made it into the 6 to 10 group the other day, so it's been pretty good. 6 to 10 years instead of 5 and under. It has been an adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are hot in every way.
I used to say I had no regrets, and then I grew up. Not a lot, which is good. I mean, I think overall we lived a great life, and we had a lot of fun, and Riley and I are continuing in that tradition, and I feel the way that I feel around my family, around her. Yeah, that kind of safety.
Yeah, I feel accepted by Riley, too.
Yeah. Just the path that brought me to Riley. I wouldn't change anything. Even no matter how shitty it was or how great it was or anything, I wouldn't change a thing.
It almost sounds like you got no regrets.
Yeah. Well, in that sense, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't, there's nothing, because if I changed anything, the way that I moved around and jumped around and just went everywhere and was like, oh, it was like, you know, if a certain part of the country had a shine to it, then I was attracted to the sparkly. And I would jump. And I would hate everything about where I was, and I would make up things that I hated about it so that I could jump again. And it was like every time you get to start a new life, you think that things are going to be different. But the reality of that is that things aren't going to be different. You have to deal with what you've been running from, or you're going to run from it forever. And I was 45 a little while ago. I'm 46 now, and I've decided to stop running, which I regret because I wish I had decided earlier. So I regret that. I'm excited to find my way because I don't feel that I've had a path out in front of me ever, even though I've, you know, been everywhere. But I just feel like I've never been able to put roots anywhere. And I kind of feel like Portland was that for me anyway, but it's really not about the town, I realize. It's about what you make inside your house, where you hang your hat kind of thing. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm really happy that, you know, I have my family to support me, everybody, Riley, Mom, Steve, Melissa, the kids, all of that. Charlie. And all of my friends are really supportive, and I don't know. I mean, I'm a little bit scared of the next step because I don't know what it's going to be like, because this is going to be my first time kind of going into a job and having my feet under me, which is kind of weird. It's because for me, you know, working is a mentality. And when I go to work, I'm a different person, and when I'm at home, I'm a different person. And I like the two to stay separated. And I don't know what kind of the new me is going to be like at work now. Like, I've always been a bit of a jackass and a devil may cry, and I'm looking at things more seriously now. And I'm not wanting a job for the sake of a job, which is what has been very easy being a cook and becoming a chef is like, who gives a shit if I quit this place, There's a million more restaurants out there. And all I do is get, the thing about being a cook is all you do is you get more experience the more places you work. So it kind of benefited me because I've come to a place now where I feel food. Like I know what that food is missing in order to make it a grand slam. And that's where I feel that I've finally become like an artist with the culinary realm. Like as soon as I make a friend of somebody and they're no longer a stranger and I'm going to hang out with them, like the second time I hang out with them, I feel so much pressure on the fact that I feel like I can't be myself.
Why is that?
I think because I don't think that the person I put forward to people at first is really myself. And I don't think that's necessarily true, but I'm figuring that out in therapy. We met in an elevator in our apartment building, and it was very instant. Well, Riley made the first move by trying to make a lot of moves. She tried to help me and my roommate by watching our dog at night, and that is ultimately what led to us being together. So her plan worked. But I stalked her just as much. If I saw her anywhere near the building, I would like run to get there faster. I would see her coming out and I would take the dog for a walk so that I would be in the elevator. Or I'd see her at night and just jump in the elevator because I was on the top floor. And we had this awesome windows that looked out over the stadium. And we would smoke in our apartment, but the catwalk was right there, so it didn't really matter. And we had like a wind tunnel apartment. So we would sit there and smoke our cigarettes, and you could look down right where everybody parked. So I'd see her little silver crack car pull in, and I would run to the elevator and just wait. Yeah, I'd just run to the elevator and wait for her to call it down and be like, oh my God, I was just coming to get the mail. Multiple times.
Here we are.
Yep.
I guess it did work. When did you know that you were going to marry Riley?
After the first time we had sex.
That good, right?
We had been like wooing each other for 3.5 months. So, we had been dancing around the subject, which is just like not lesbian.
That's true.
Usually the second date's a U-Haul, and that wasn't it for us. We were trying to hit it and quit it, and she was going to go to Berkeley, and I was going to go on being a cute Southern dyke in Portland, getting laid every minute I wanted to, and there were no issues. And then we had sex, and that was it. I was hooked.
What about the sex made you want to marry Riley?
It was just very, like, encompassing, and, like, it felt whole. And I never really felt that before.
Yeah.
Like, we just moved together in a way that's, I don't know. It's like the ocean and the sand.
Is Riley the love of your life?
Yes,
So quick.
quite easily.
Quite easily the love of your life.
And we just match so well. And the whole thing that we match about is we both love the same way, wholeheartedly. But very caring, very kind, very tender, and very forgiving. Taking care of each other. I think that's the biggest part of love because, it's easy to say all the googly gaga shit and not realize that you're spending a lifetime with a person every single fucking day. And you wouldn't do that with any of your friends, and you definitely wouldn't do that with any of your coworkers or any of the other people that you come across, and you pick this one person and you realize that you really have to, like, it's like a cave and you're just going deeper and deeper and it's dark and you don't know what the fuck you're going to come across. And so the best thing you can do is just sit there and keep your head about you and know what's going on and make sure that you're always paying attention to the person that has your back.
Who has your back?
Riley's got my back. Mom's got my back. My brother's got my back. I feel my unit.
You got a good unit.
Mm-hmm.
You got a good unit, Jacq. You're smart. You got good ideas. And they're
also really beautiful.
I'm giving it the college try.